telling other people about your cancer diagnosis, what not to say to someone who's just been diagnosed with breast cancer. And believe me, if you have just been diagnosed with breast cancer, you are going to go through the whole spectrum of annoyance, anger, and irritation, and double up on anger, because believe me, you're going to meet some right annoying people. And I wanted to warn you because you are going to want to punch people. But remember, before your diagnosis, you were exactly the same. So, don't get too comfortable on your high horse. But it is best to be prepared and forewarned with information. So when people say stupid things, it's not such a shock. And I generally find that people tend to fall into the following categories. The general expert. You know the type, it doesn't matter what it is. Could be something to do with the best electricity deal or the greatest mortgage or the latest software. They will tell you that they know best. And it's exactly the same when they start telling you how to cure cancer. But it does really wind you up. And believe me, I know what I'm talking about, because lots of people will generally say things like, oh, you need to eat a rainbow diet and eat turmeric every day. And then they tell you that they've seen it on TikTok or they've watched a program about it. And all you can do is remind them that it's not a teenage spot. It's actually cancer. And you're not going to listen to them. You're going to listen to your doctor. And okay, there is some helpful advice that sometimes people impart. But cancer needs strong drugs. I'm not saying that pharmaceutical companies don't benefit from us all being ill. And I know they have suppressed information on the benefits of, say, something like cannabis oil in the past. But right now, you need to listen to your doctor and take your medication. And if you want to try alternative treatments, talk to your doctor first to make sure that it's safe. I am a bit partial to kind of meditation, crystals, and talking to trees and all that. And I'm not knocking it. But when it comes to cancer, if you want to go down an alternative route, that's up to you. But I do object to the ill-informed know-it-all expert, and you will come across them. So, of course, some of it's useful, like, not drinking, which is a shame, and staying out the sun. But the know-it-all expert, you will come across them, and believe me, they do your head in. The second one is the medical expert. Apparently, you have one of the good cancers. Now, there might be some truth in recovery rates, but believe me, it didn't feel good to me. And I was trying to work out why this annoyed me so much. Apart from, always being in a bad mood when you've just been told you've got breast cancer, it actually diminishes your feelings about how you want to respond to your cancer. So, the medical expert, you'll come across them, and again, they will do your head in. And the third one is the optimist. They say things like, you're going to lose some weight. But, the thing about breast cancer is you actually don't lose weight. The medication I was on actually made me gain weight. And in addition to chemo, the steroids, tamoxifen, Herceptin, and generally lying around, it makes you balloon. But to be fair, having a flat stomach wasn't high on my list of priorities at the time. And these are the sorts of people who'll also tell you that you've got to fight it, and all of this kind of battle rubbish. If you want to lie on the floor and listen to Radiohead, do that. Nobody's got the right to tell you how you respond to your cancer diagnosis. And then the fourth person is the all about me. And they get all misty-eyed and tell you how their milkman's sister's best friend's mate's mum had breast cancer. And then they might even go further and tell you how they died and how tragic it was. But it happened to me the first time I'd actually managed to go out to the pub with a couple of friends. I was bald, but I had my chemo hat on and shades. And while my friends went to the loo and I was outside trying to get a taxi, a very drunk, tattooed man approached me and started crying about his mother and how she died. Now, obviously, I was sympathetic, and I'm not a complete, heartless pig. But, I was having a good time and I'd forgotten all about my diagnosis. And he went on and on and on and didn't leave for 15 minutes. So if you are talking to someone who's got a breast cancer diagnosis, don't make it all about you, because, let it be all about them just for once. And number 5 is the joker. At least you get a free boob job and a tummy tuck. Now, I'm including this category because some people find this very offensive. Having a mastectomy is major surgery, as is having breast reconstruction. and people agonise about the type of surgery to have, and it's not something to take lightly. I have to say, while I wasn't outraged, some people are. And also, I've got my podcast, Get It Off Your Chest, The Funny Side of Breast Cancer. But it's up to you whether you want to listen to that and have a laugh. If you are talking to someone who's just been diagnosed, kind of, read the room a bit, I think. So be prepared for the usual insensitive responses you get. And if you're watching this and you're supporting someone, please try and take some of it on board. Don't offer advice unless someone asks for it. And, just try and take it in your stride because, lots and lots of people out there are going to do all of the things that I've just mentioned. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much.